for joining me for another edition of Wednesday Wanderings with Trailways Travel. It's hard to believe it's February 2nd. Who knows what that groundhog is going to say today, but he's hardly ever right anyway. So I wanted to say that it's been extremely busy here in the office. That is so exciting. It's been a long time coming. I know I mentioned last week, if you remember, that I've had lots of phone calls for reservations on tours. This week has started out to prove the exact same thing. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. In fact, yesterday afternoon, I have officially sold out our DC in full bloom. Guess I was so excited about that, I just got a bit tongue-tied on you. So that one is officially sold out, but do know, of course, we have those wait lists, and it's always important to get your name on that wait list because sometimes things happen and people are no longer able to travel, and we'll be able to fit you right in. So with all that being said, and as busy as it's been, I decided perhaps today is the day just to kind of review through the tours that we do have set for 2022. Now keep in mind, my 2022 planning is pretty much basically done. I've started to work on our 2023 tours. So what we are offering currently is what will be offered for 2022. So if there's something you're really interested in, please do give me a call. I don't want you left behind at home once the tour leaves, just because by the time you called, it was actually sold out. So we're going to start out with our Outer Banks in North Carolina. Granted, that tour leaves on March 18th, but you do still have time. If you could give me a call within the next week, 2 weeks, we can gladly fit you in on that tour. And I know we keep talking about the Outer Banks portion of it, but there's a whole lot more built into that tour. In fact, I believe one of the things is the Beckley Coal Mine, really interesting tour. So even though there are main highlights, do take time to look through these brochures. There's a lot of other hidden gems that are in with these tours that you might not actually realize. DC, of course, I just said, is officially sold out. That does go April 5th through the 11th and is during cherry blossom time. We do have a day tour coming up. We're just going to go month by month. April 19th, this is to Riverside Casino, but it is for a show. It's called the Ozark Jubilee. It's bringing in a tour, a show from Branson. And so they are offering that there at Riverside in one of the extra ballroom areas. It includes your lunch and the show. And then for those of you who would like to have a little bit of time at Riverside, because I know it's been a long time since we've had anything there, we will offer a little bit of extra free time if you might want to spend a little time on the casino floor, or actually even shop some of the nice little shops and things they have there at Riverside as well. I've been receiving phone calls on this one quite a bit, so please, if that's one you're thinking about, don't hesitate. April also, the end of the month is the 25th through the 28th is our first mystery tour for 2022. Very excited. I had someone ask me the other day if we were going further than where we went last year, which, well, it wasn't last year. It feels like last year. It was actually the last official tour before the pandemic hit, and that was in March of 2020, and we had gone to Omaha. And usually I don't tell things, but I did let them know that yes, we are definitely going much further than Omaha, Nebraska. So that's all I'm going to say, but do check that one out. It's one I think has lots of good, interesting venues that we are attending. And May brings us to the Oklahoma Adventures. And I know I keep talking about this, but this honestly is a tour you need to look at. Mostly because of the fact that what is being offered are things that you cannot go and do on your own. Plus the fact that this is one that has been billed as a private event through our receptive operator, where he has rented out areas, set up spatial shows. There's even, it's Osage Nation, Osage County. So the Native Americans there are actually putting on great shows for us. showing some of their traditional dance, their customs. But again, there's lots more in this tour as well. We're actually also going through Bentonville, Arkansas, and visiting the Crystal Bridges exhibit, plus a few other things. And to top it off, we also go to Pioneer Woman's Mercantile, and you get to have that phenomenal meal there at Reed Drummond's place, better known as Pioneer Woman. June. June has some day trips in it. So the first one of the year there to Circa 21, we'll be offering up Beauty and the Beast. So that is on June 8th. And then the very next day, we're sending a group out for our Amish Immersion tour. This is covering Amish in 3 states. It's always been very popular when we've done Indiana or Ohio. But this one, we're combining Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. The price on this is phenomenal, considering you have 3 states and the number of days it is. It's the 9th through the 17th. The price is $2,050 per person. And also keep in mind, it includes a lot of your meals. It also provides a show at the original Sight and Sound Theater. So keep that in mind. June also brings us a second mystery tour. This one is June 27th through the 30th. I guess there's not really much I can tell you about the mystery tour, so we'll move on. But do keep it in mind, because mystery tours are one of those things that generally sell out really quickly, okay? July brings us to a month where I decided it would probably be smart to head north where it's a little bit cooler versus the heat that's usually here at that time. So that is our Canadian Rockies with the Via Rail tour. It takes you into Canada. This is honestly one of the most scenic tours I think I've ever done in my life. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, a lot of inclusions in it, so do keep that one in mind. I do have several people already reserved on it. This is through Premier World Discovery. So even if we only have 2 people or we have 35 people, this tour will operate. Also in July, I thought, what else can you do to kind of cool off when it's hot? Well, why not a cruise on the Mississippi? So we have a Celebration Belle Day cruise that is heading out on July 28th. And that one, the theme of the entertainment is called Hits of the Decades. So that means it has the music hits from anywhere from the 40s, 50s, 60s on up to today. Always a really good show there on the Celebration Belle, not to mention the food and those great sticky rolls in the morning. So that's bringing us on to August. We're whipping through the year pretty fast here, aren't we? So in August, we are actually heading out west. We are doing the Colorado and New Mexico trains. This is August 22nd through the 30th. Again, a really great price of $2,475 per person double. I know we've tried to do our Colorado trains, which is always one of the most popular trips for the last 2 years, but due to COVID reasons was not able to operate. And as I have mentioned to you before, once a tour and an itinerary has been offered for a while, I personally get a little bored with it, so I think we need to change it up. So that's what I did. We changed it up. You now have 5 different train trip rides, and again, it does go on into New Mexico, so definitely check that out. We still do all the great things in Colorado, but there's just a little extra more. Of course, August is probably still going to be warm, so we're heading back out on the Celebration Belle. That one is going to be called Tribute to the Piano Men. So that's going to be the music of folks like Elton John and Billy Joel and Stevie Wonder, all those who were the great keyboard ticklers. So that is August 25th. It's going to bring us on into September. September, we have a Colette tour that we are offering, and that is to Iceland, known as the land of fire and ice. Once you start looking at the photos and reading about it, you certainly understand why that is what it's called. And I personally have not been there, but I know from past experience that photos generally never do justice to the actual scenery. And these photos are absolutely beautiful, so I can only imagine how pretty Iceland truly will be. Then we go on into September 9th through the 16th. That one is taking us to Mackinaw. That's the one that we call our Grand Mackinaw Wanderings Tour. Again, it is officially sold out, but once more, don't forget about that wait list. It is important. And actually, going back to talking about sold out, there are a couple tours I did talk about already that were getting, pretty full. And one of those is that Amish tour. I believe I only have maybe 14 seats or so left on that one. And also that Colorado, New Mexico trains. That one I know is at least a quarter to a third full. So don't hesitate on those. September 19th through the 27th. Again, this is one I personally would love to go do. It is our Myrtle Beach and the Crooked Road Music Trail Tour. Again, you get to do all the fun things there in Myrtle Beach, but we also visit down through that Crooked Road Music Trail, even hit Butcher Holler, home place of Loretta Lynn. A lot in that tour, so that's a brochure I highly recommend that you actually pull up and read through. The end of September, well, it should be maybe starting a little bit of fall colors. So we're going to head back out on the river again for the Celebration Belle. That one is scheduled for September 21st, and that one is their Country Hits Cruise. So if you're a country music lover, and even if not, there's plenty of scenery and things to do, but that might be a cruise for you to check out. October, it's officially fall. These are the times where you see all the beautiful colors. So I really changed things up this year. I kind of combined tours together. Sort of had a habit of doing that for 22. But this one is combining New York City with the beautiful region of the Hudson Valley in the fall. So again, this is one to really read. There's tons packed into this tour. We do actually include a Broadway play. There is time for you to do a Broadway play on your own if you wish. All the normal sights and things to do in New York City, but also the fact we've included museums this time, which really excites me. And of course, the Hudson Valley in the fall is phenomenal. Very, very pretty. You'll just have to go for yourself and really check it out. We also have another Circa 21 show. This one is more of a concert style. There is a Cher tribute artist. She is excellent. She is coming to Circa 21 and we will be visiting there on October 6th. Again, great show, phenomenal meals, always a good time and an easy day out trip to go to Circa. November, we laid a little low, but we are headed out, and I know that we've had lots of people interested in this tour. I already have several signed up, but been told that this is one that a lot of people have been looking at on our website, and that is our New Zealand and Australia tour. So it's the Great South Pacific Wonders. Again, phenomenal. This is one I've also done. The beauty of New Zealand honestly outweighs everything that you think you want to do and see in Australia. And I know that sounds bad, but if you actually visit, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Australia is great, so much to see and do, but boy, once you hit New Zealand, it's just like a whole nother world. December, we'll end up our year with our Christmas tour. This one is one, I will tell you right now, we just announced it, a week or two ago, if that. It is over a third full already. So if this is one you are considering, you really better jump on the bandwagon on it. Our tour price on this is phenomenal. It's $1,900 per person. We also, is one of these that we've paired up with the tour receptive, that it is a private event. The main highlight here is that the Elvis Complex and Graceland Mansion have been rented out solely for a few motor coach groups. You'll get to see a tribute Elvis concert. You'll get to see Graceland decorated to the nines with all of Elvis's own decorations. And then we end the year with a Circa 21 always a favorite of White Christmas, and that will be on December 14th. So that's 22 in a nutshell. I'm really excited, been working hard on 23. Stay tuned, you'll start hearing more about those tours in the next few weeks. I think that's it for now. Do check out the catalog link that we have listed below. It gives you a little more synopsis of all the tours I've mentioned. If there's any of them that you really want a brochure on, again, give me a call. I'm more than happy to drop those in the mail. Thanks so much for joining me. Till next week, take care.